offer, like it's this black hole of like, or completely backed off, like selling it all. And those are the three things that we hear, most often. Um, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it around when you prospected for, or when you're typically dealing with expireds, how you talk about these three things.
Well, let's go to the last one, because that's traditionally, believe it or not, one of the worst.
Yeah.
You know, we had a home we wanted, possibly sell that house before my agent sold my house. And that actually comes down to the agent that they had. It was a wrong thing to do. The worst thing somebody can do with a contingent offer is to have them go out and put an offer in on another house unless they got a buyer for theirs. Worst case in this market, because they're gonna get disappointed. They really, really are. And like, we just had it with a client Jamie had, and we got him, his buyer, the buyer on the house that Jamie listed, came through, we put the offer all together, we got them squared away, it was a cash deal. So then what we did was we wrote an offer for Jamie's client on the house they wanted, subject to transfer of title only. There was no way they could have got bumped. It's impossible. There's no bump clause, there's no addendum, there's none of that stuff. But the sad part about that is that, you know, the agent didn't have the wherewithal to talk to these folks to say, hey, you know, I want you looking around, but I don't want you falling in love with anything. I want you to see what's out there. I want you to know there's things out there. But, you know, explaining the process to them, the process never got explained. Basically that, you know, you can take an offer on your house. You won't be in the street because I'm gonna put wording in there. I'm gonna make the offer subject to a condition that you have time to find a house. And if you can't find a house, then quite frankly, then we'll find another buyer. And that's the way it's gotta work. So let's go to the next one. Basically, they're blaming the whole market. Nothing is their fault. That's when you can use, or the agent should use the wording, you know, there's 6 reasons a house does sell. Price, terms, condition, location, marketing, and the agent you choose. How many did you have in your favor? And it's like, I don't know, okay? And that's probably the goldest nugget you'll find when it comes to talking to an expired who's blaming everybody else but themselves.
What, price, terms, location?
No, condition,
Condition?
pay attention. I'm gonna beat this poor guy up always. I'd like to.
All right,
Price, terms, condition, location,
Okay.
marketing,
Yep.
and the agent you choose. Okay? So, I mean, and how many did you have in your favor?
It's only 6.
6, there's
Was it
6.
Okay, I thought it was
6.
7.
No,
Sorry.
6.
Go ahead.
All right? And then the other thing, the first one that you came to is just a knee jerk. I hate all agents. Our agent was crappy. I never want to go through this again. All right, seriously, you're going to judge every human being that has a real estate license the same.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You picked the wrong agent. You didn't have it in your favor.
Yeah.
You picked them. You hired them. And then, you know, I always used to say to a for sale by owner when they said, my last agent was a jerk, you're all jerks, whatever. Can I ask you a question? How did you come across your agent? Did you interview 3 or 4 at a time and then pick one? Oh, no, you didn't interview. Oh, it was a friend or family member. And that's usually what it is. You'll be shocked, because it's not always a good idea to do that. Somebody referred them. Okay, great, but you still didn't interview other agents. And they didn't. And that's what happened. They got stuck with the one they chose. There was nothing there to compare that agent to. Agent fed them a line. You know, did your agent show you a great marketing plan? Did they leave a copy with you? No. Oh, okay. So, all right, you had a bad agent, but we have agents who aren't that person. They're different. Like I would say to them, that's not me. And now with this program, we have the UVPs. Well, how would email, text, or verbally, and I am going to talk to you verbally. And if I don't get the job done, if I don't perform, you,
The ones that had a bad experience?
yeah, oh, yeah.
It's a comfort zone.
Exactly, you say, don't give up.
Yeah.
Basically, your empathy is, don't give up. Not all agents are created equal. Obviously, you found out the hard way.
Right.
All right, and that's what I said to him. I'm not created equal. I'm unique. I'm me. I don't want to know what the other agent did wrong. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do right. That's how you gotta focus.
Right.
Don't even talk about that.
You can date run for a month, he's not gonna put a ring on your finger.
I'll bring you the bells. I'll bring you some.
Right.
We'll talk.
If we get some people too that, after we've explained the agent, they'll go to, well, who are they with?
Mm-hmm.
And then they will judge that agent based on the brokerage that they work for.
Okay.
How, we will speak to it like, all agents are, how do you?
Right, because, and that's great, say, the brokerage they work with is really irrelevant because they're independent contractors. They've chosen to work with that brokerage for whatever reason. They have their reasons. The brokerage is not the person or the entity that's gonna get your house sold. It's the human being that has the license, and that's the agent. The brokerage is irrelevant. It's who they chose to represent. And because this agent that we want you to talk to is amazing, maybe you'll have a different feel about the brokerage. But at least give them a 5-minute conversation.
Great. That tends to be a tough one, about 20%, 15%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they judge the brokerage. I mean,
Yeah.
because the brokerage could have anywhere from 3 to 3 million agents in it,
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like, they're all independent contractors. They all work for themselves. The law requires them to have a license under one broker unless they're in their own business. So it's irrelevant, but they're independent contractors.
We just had one yesterday, John and I had one, we got it for Tracy Ellis out of Tulsa,
Yeah, I've heard.
and gentleman,
That person.
he's like, he's with Keller, and the guy asked like, oh, who's he with, and I'm like, Keller, and he's like, oh, I already met with somebody from Keller.
So they're all the same.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's a funny, like,
Yeah, a lot of people, it just blows your mind that after all everything that's out there,
Yeah.
people still don't understand how this works.
Mhm.
They all, like you said, well, I just talked to a Keller agent, they all do the same thing. No, they're independent contractors, et cetera.
that's a good one, they don't all do the same.
They
See, I mean,
don't.
that's, we need those like
They don't know
simple
that.
ones.
They're-
like,
they're
we need some
not-
of those-
Always say that the agent that you recommend is unique to the business.
Yep.
That's why they're so successful, because they're not the same. They have, people, right now, right in this region, you have Howard Hanna, which is the biggest real estate company in this part of the country, does not have what this little group of people has. They don't have it, they don't condone it, those are UVPs. They wouldn't even talk about discounting their commission. And their agents get pissed about it constantly. I know, because they talk to me. And it's like, they'll walk away from a 5% commission situation because they couldn't get the extra 1%, because the broker that they go back to is gonna tell them, you can't do that. You can't do that. Why can't I? It's my business. I'm gonna lose 5% to get 1. That's, to me, is horrible business practice. You bend over, pick up a penny and drop the dollars out of your pockets. It's stupid.
Right.
So, but anyway, yeah, they're all unique. They're all different. You can't judge them that way. You have to interview them. That's the only way you can judge them. There's the only way you can come up with a really good, we'll say, resume of that individual, profile of that individual if you interview them.
I was gonna, when you just said that, what made me think it was like, if a company was recruiting at a college campus and they talked to one student.
Exactly.
Well, I already talked to the University of Rochester.
Yeah, there you go.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good scenario.
You know,
Yes.
They can relate to that.
I think having an analogy like that.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm done with this college because I talked to one person and the college has 5,000 people in it. What if they say, well, everybody from the Rochester Board of Realtors is an idiot? I'm not talking to anybody from the Rochester Board, I'm gonna do the Buffalo Board next. Come on, you gotta make them realize, are you really thinking this through? I mean, it's okay to have your opinion, and it's okay to feel that way. You just need more information so you can make better decisions. They're just not informed. That's the problem.
This one's a little bit less often, but I did have this come up a few times where, for some reason, the person was all about the brokerage. Weicker.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
This person went into this whole thing about how,
Was it Whitehead owns it?
I think so.
Yeah.
So they were like, it's the oldest brokerage in America, it's been around, like, you know, like they were just in love with it. I guess this doesn't matter so much in our conversation because it rarely comes up. And it was one of those, it's probably more of a one-off situation. But if you ever have somebody that's, for some reason, they're like, Keller's amazing.
Well,
or
Nothnagel, they always
you
say,
know,
gotta go to Nothnagel,
Right.
especially the older people. Gotta go to Nothnagel, they've been around forever.
Right.
And that's great, and they do the same thing all the time, and most of the time they're successful, and that's wonderful. Well, don't you believe there's new stuff out there that maybe would do better for you? Might get better results? I don't know if they have that or not, but I can tell you what I have, and I'd like to do that. Can I come over? I only need 20 minutes of your time, or I'll be there an hour if you have a lot of questions. Whatever you need. I'll be there at 5. I'll bring you some.
Who's gonna bring you some?
Where's the stuff from?
It's from
Develops.
You know where else it is, so. That beach.
Oh, really? Pretty good stuff, too.
Yeah, it is, it is.
Is there anything else that we've heard on the phones when it comes to expireds that we would want to ask Ron?
I mean, my hardest thing when I'm calling on expired is just to get them talking. A lot of them are just so irritated that they're like, nope, not selling anymore at all. You know, I'll go into it and I'll be
Yeah,
like,
it's not true. They're just telling you that because they're getting bombarded with calls.
yeah, I'll be like, you know, stock came off the market expired. I was just curious if you'd sold it or if you were still taking any offers. Or sometimes I'll be like, you know, I was just curious if you'd still look to sell it if you got the right offer. And most of them are just like, nope, not at all. And like, I just don't know where to go after
Just
that.
say, well, okay, you wanted to sell before, your plans have changed drastically, obviously, but, you know, are those plans still viable? Would you like to rekindle those plans if I could help you? And then they might ask you, are you an agent? No, I am not. Here, let me tell you why I'm calling you. And then you tell them about the resource.
What's the most, of all those reasons, the most frequent reason why they expire? Price, agent?
The frequent why they expire is basically, believe it or not, there's none of those reasons. They had an agent who just could not communicate with them, keep them on track, promised them the world and didn't produce it, got them into a situation where they lost their home. It's everything that agent did wrong, everything. To let it, I mean, the worst thing is they stopped talking to them. They stopped talking to them. And what happened was, you know, you get to a point where you get frustrated as an agent, and all of a sudden you say, you know, they won't reduce the price. You know, every time I show them a house, they're not happy with it. I'll just see if anybody shows up, I'll let them sell it. But this one, I'm not gonna screw around with them anymore. They should have said, look, this is not working for us. You gotta tell me where you wanna go. You don't seem to be motivated. If you're not happy, say so. I'll refer you to another agent in my office. Otherwise, we need to get a plan together, you know, and stick to it. Agents are afraid to do that. Well, why? You have the power to say, I'm not comfortable working with you anymore. I'm gonna let you out of your contract. See, you have a contract with a seller. They can't access time, but I definitely can get reimbursed for anything I've got in it, you know, monetarily. So, but sometimes it's just best to say,
Oh, I got
See ya.
if you're on the MLS.
Could he say, like, if he talks to someone that says, no, I'm not selling, you know, could you provoke and say, let me ask you, did you have a bad experience with an agent?
oh, why not?
That
Sure.
would be like one of the number one reasons.
Yeah, and then you'll find out in a hurry what they think of agents. They may say they're all alike, or, yeah, these agents don't do anything. They promise you the world and deliver nothing, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And he can then say, I hear that a lot, and it's unfortunate, but not the agents I work with. They've been vetted.
We have a lot of we'll have a lot of good dialogue in our role play that will have some of those things come out so we can hear kind of what he's saying, but actually in a role play. So, but I just want to tune in these guys for a little bit, and then I got Derek Lipsky pulled up after that. So we can, where'd they go?
looks like nothing's changed.
What's that?
Nothing's changed, we lose it, it comes back.
No, I'm not.
You're trying to get an IT guy.
Fair enough, you're right, I apologize, was that a question?
Oh, come on, you can't blame me for that one.
Obviously, it sounds like you're still.
Thing was charcoal.
For the right offer, I would definitely fancy that.
Was right off, okay. And you said Florida, I mean, you already have a place picked out down there, I mean, how come you're heading out of Florida?
You know, new opportunities and such. Don't have anything picked out in particular, but we have an area.
Okay, so you got an area in mind, but no, nothing yet.
You nailed it, sir.
Okay, well, Mike, obviously, it sounds like as long as you get the right offer on this property, I mean, that's a conversation worth having, that just wasn't one that happened before.
Is the conversation gonna be about a right offer?
Well, that's what I'm asking, yeah. I'm saying, if you got the right offer, that's a conversation worth having.
If that's the conversation, then it is worth having.
All right, well, Mike, based on that, what I'm actually gonna do is get my regional director, Glenn, on the phone, just let you know a little bit about what we do. I would love to see if we can help you get down to Florida and get you that right offer. Hold on one second, okay?
Yeah, I'm stuck in traffic, go ahead.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, it's Glenn, how can I help you?
Hey, Glenn, it's Glenn, how are you? I'm doing well, I got Mike on the phone.
Let's see what Glenn's got.
He had it on the market for about 3 months, and then for sale by owner, just didn't get the right offer. He had an idea in mind of what he wanted, nobody was willing to offer that for pen and paper. But he said, as long as he gets the right offer, he's still looking to head down there. He's got an idea of where he wants to go, just not sure, exactly what. Mike, is that fair? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
You added a couple extra words to my mouth, but all in all, that was basically the gist of it.
All right, perfect. Well,
That's typical for Galen, so you gotta expect that, sir.
yeah, I talked too much, sorry, Mike.
It's all right.
Well, I'm gonna leave you here with Glenn, sir, but it's been a pleasure, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Dan, you've been a help.
Well done, Galen. Good job. I like the sarcasm there, Mike. How you doing today?
I am very well, sir, how are you?
I can't complain, a man past Monday, so it's that much better closer to Friday, but you can be cynical and say it's that much closer to Monday, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, happy Tuesday?
So you say you're trying to get down to Florida, is there a time when you look
To where the southwest side is,
Gulf
but,
Coast?
still not really sure. Somewhere in like, I don't know, the beach area?
There's only about 2 or 3 miles of beach, but that's okay. Yeah, so let me give you information about what we do here, just to confirm, you're not an ENLS or on a contract with an agent right now, am I correct?
No, that's why I was confused from your colleague earlier. Are you an agent now? I know you said he wasn't, did I get passed to an agent?
I am not an agent, no. Okay, that's why I know you're getting blown by calls from agents, so I want to let you know that I'm not an agent. But I want to give you some information about what we do here to advantage you. I'll give you a couple things. A, we ensure you get the most out of the property, about leaving money on the table. And 2, use this property owners on properties that we know we should have sold, but for whatever reason did, whether it be lack of offers, on the market too long. Now, Galen was saying how you were trying to do for sale by owner. What are you doing to try to maximize the exposure on the property? Or what were you doing?
Well, I had it online on Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Cupid, Static, Craigslist, and I got a local ad up on my Tiny Saver.
Well, my concern when it comes to Craigslist, I mean, I'm just my own personal opinion is, I'm always looking for deals. I'm not looking for most expensive things. So, I'm sure you probably got some lower than expected offers, either from there or on Zillow, am I correct?
Yeah, I definitely got low ball offers, but your colleague kind of, I told that to him, so he didn't really wow me there.
I'm okay, I can understand that. Well, you also, let you know, what we've done is actually find ourselves as top professionals across the country that are hands down.
Unless this is a very chatty,
not
patty
only attracting
person.
buyers, but buyers
I
that
think
are
that-
qualified. We're finding that given the exposure that they're getting property owners anywhere from 3 to maybe 6% more than people trying to handle on their own. And based on what you said, if there was a way to make the numbers work, so you could get down to Florida in the time frame you're looking for, and also get the price you're looking for, that's a conversation you want to have. Am I correct, sir?
No, I think I probably had that conversation. A little skeptical about the whole thing, but like I told you, I'm just stuck in traffic. That's why I entertained it thus far. Why don't you just shoot me out an email or something, and if it makes sense, I can get back to you.
Well, certainly. What's the best email I can get for you?
EricB@gmail.com.
Eric B.
It's too easy, don't you agree?
Yeah,
I think this is too easy, that's not
this
the
is
way-
just they're talking, that's all they're doing.
Waste time.
But you would agree that get the most out of the property,
and also getting down to Florida to be on those beaches is what's most important for you, correct?
I'll talk to them after, we're not gonna.
He keeps trying to hurt him, but he's not tying him down at all.
Yeah.
He should have moved him 3-4 times.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, would you guys catch that? So from a leadership standpoint, because I'm trying to talk about this more to make sure that we're doing things the right way. What do you think from a leadership standpoint, how that role play should have went? What should have Mike done?
Well, Mike should have been giving at least some objections, in my opinion. He didn't really object to anything. As far as the SDS portion of the call, I agreed with one of the comments where they said there was no pain in the tie down.
Mhm.
He kind of just like laid down on a basic question,
Mhm.
you know? So I feel like there should always be more pain in the tie down. There should be a little bit more discovery before that tie down. You know, like he brought up not buying a house or not having a property picked out in Florida. That's the perfect opportunity to say, I only ask because we also work as a home buyer's resource. And because we're nationwide, not only can we sell your house, help you sell your house here, we can help you find a house in Florida. And that gives them a second reason to talk to the AE, and that's gonna give them a second bullet, and they're gonna talk to the agent. So like, I just feel like with the SDS calls, there should be a little bit more discovery before the transfer.
It makes sense, I would agree. So, well, why don't we take a stab at a real life expired, doing a role play on it ourselves? And I'd like Rob to, if that's okay. And then Precious, you could go to Precious, and then Precious, you could transfer to Jamie. You okay with that, Jamie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's my answer, yes.
Yes. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy's like, coffee.
I'm looking to speak to the property owner at 123 Main Street.
I guess that's me.
I guess.
Good. My name's Rob. I was looking at the property online. I was just curious if you sold it yet.
No, I haven't sold it yet. Why are you asking me this? It's expired.
Okay, no, I actually saw that. I'll tell you real quick from what I'm calling it first. Are you on the MLS or Contract for the Nation that you talked to, sir?
No way.
Okay. So real quick, I'll tell you where I'm calling. As again, my name is Rob. My company Advantage U. It's a home seller's resource. And what we do is help sellers attract the right qualified buyer and help get the most money out of the property. Now,
Yeah, but Rob, my house isn't for sale. I don't want to sell it anymore.
And I get that, sir. Like I said, I saw an expired listing. So, I mean, it seems like a beautiful property, honestly. What made you want to consider selling it in the first place?
I'm not consider selling it. I don't want to sell it. It's expired. You
Yeah.
ask, why do I want to sell? I don't want to sell
Right, as I said, in the first place, so when you did want to sell it, what made you want to consider? Were you looking to maybe downsize, move? What were your plans?
it. No, I had plans that we can't do it anymore because we didn't sell the house.
So I'm guessing you had a rough time with the neighbor.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time. No, it was not.
Okay. So, what was your name, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't see you here.
Joe,
Joe. So tell me, Joe, I mean, did the agent not establish direct communication? Did he just put a sign in the yard and just hope for an easy sell?
basically, yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. So, Ron, if there's a way to get the home sold now for the right price and an ideal time frame, would that be at least worth the conversation?
I don't know. It didn't sell before. Why would it sell now?
So
Well-
I'll stop you there.
Sure.
Was that a tie down you just did? It
Yes.
was?
Yeah.
It was?
So, yeah. I mean,
What is a tie down?
So I asked him, I mean, I asked him if he would ever sell the house, the right amount of money and an ideal time frame,
Yeah.
would that be worth the conversation? And what I was trying to do,
Is that,
depending on his response,
is that a tie down what you just did?
if it is, right, or no? It's not tied
It's
down?
not a tie down because
Well, there's no
you didn't
pain.
tie it, no, well, you didn't tie it down. You asked a question. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I just wanna make sure that we're all clear on a definition of a tie down. A tie down has an ending that gives a yes response and is not asking a question per se.
So he should have said right?
Exactly, yes, or.
Does that make
Does
sense?
that make, well, that's still not a tie down technically, but that's closer.
Yeah.
It's closer to one. But, so I want you to try it again, but actually do a tie down. Does everyone understand why you don't wanna ask it that way?
So you want to be more assumptive, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
So, tell me, Joe, honestly, it seems like a beautiful property. When you were wanting to sell it, what made you want to consider selling in the first place?
Well, we had some plans to move down south,
Move down south, okay. What area specifically?
Florida.
Florida, okay. So, Joe, based on what you told me, look, sounds like you had a horrible experience with an agent, where wasn't able to get the house sold. If there was a way for you to, get the house sold in an ideal time frame and move to Florida as quick as you can, that'd be worth the conversation, right?
I don't know,
You don't know?
no.
What's holding you back?
Well, I don't know if I still wanna do this anymore.
Well, like I said, I mean, if you were to move to Florida, as quick as you can, and get the house sold for an ideal price, you're telling me that's not worth the conversation?
Yeah, it might be,
Okay,
but I don't wanna work with agents now.
That's-
I'm still wounded.
that's fine, Joe. So here's what I'll do. I want to get you on the line with my regional director, Precious Brown. She knows a lot more about your area than I do, and see if we could be a service to you to help you out. Give me 1 second, I'll get on the line for you.
Let's just pause for a second. That was better. That was better tied down, and I like how I thought you did a good job of repeating and reframing. Obviously, he's a tougher call, right?
Trying to be.
But yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, but I thought
What's
you
with this
did,
Joe stuff?
I thought you did a really good job.
Because they all know my name, I wanna sit there and remember it.
Yeah. So, go ahead, David.
I was gonna say, so are they using the terminology my regional director, or is it, I hear John say a lot, my partner, Mark?
I say my partner, it just
I don't know
transitions
what-
easier.
He just made that up.
Yeah, I just kinda came up with that on the fly when we were changing things
Oh,
around.
sorry, I don't wanna.
Like, I don't know if you saw Zach's new SDS script, he is putting that in there, we're changing that
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta look
But
at
that's
that.
just something I came up with on the fly
It
that
was
started
about taking the
working.
buying temperature down.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because it sounds like that might put up less of a barrier.
Yeah, it
To
was.
say, my partner Mark,
Titles scare people.
who specializes in helping people in this area, or something, whatever, I'm
We
not.
tried to use as little, we were trying to use as little titles, like saying regional director, and then they're all like,
Yeah.
whoa, hey, you know.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
just was a question.
All right, so, go ahead, Precious.
All right,
Can I do the live transfer? That's-
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
that's good, that's good, yeah.
good morning, this is Precious.
Hi, Precious. Listen, I had Joel on the line here. He tried to sell his house before. He's over at 123 Main Street in Rochester, New York,
Mhm,
14609.
okay,
He had a rough time with an agent before. I guess he put a sign in the yard and tried to get an easy sell out of it. You know how that
oh,
goes.
yeah.
His ultimate goal was honestly to move to Florida,
Mhm.
and I'm 100% positive we can get him there. So I got him over to you to see if we can help him out.
Thank you so much, Rob, have a good morning.
No problem, you too. And Joe, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay,
Hey, good morning, Joe,
good morning.
how are you?
I'm well, how about you?
I'm pretty good, I appreciate you asking. So, Joe, like Rob had mentioned to me, at one point in time, you had your house on the market, and you were looking to get down to Florida, does that sound about right?
Yep.
What brings you to Florida?
Warmer weather.
Warmer weather, okay. Are we snowbirding, heading back and forth to New York, or are you just staying down there permanently?
No,
It's a permanent move for you?
don't know, haven't done it yet.
Haven't made that decision?
No.
Okay, okay. He also just explained to me that, unfortunately, when you had your property listed, it sounds like you had a bad experience with a previous agent.
Yeah, they're all alike.
Yeah, no, I hear that quite a bit, especially considering the fact that, my company is Advantage You, Joe.
Are you a real estate company?
Well, we're not a real estate company, we're just a home seller's resource, okay? We specifically specialize in helping a home seller, when their property was listed, it was on the market, it should have sold, it didn't for whatever reason. Maybe a lack of offers, or maybe even, like yourself, a bad experience with a previous agent. What we try to do is just take all of the heavy lifting out of selling a property, use our nationwide network, and get you in touch with the leading listing professionals within your area that have a proven plan to get the job done. So,
How do you know?
well, what we do is we go through a vetting process where we're only working with the top 1% of the agents in the nation that are selling 90% of the real estate.
Well, the agent I hired told me he's number one.
Yeah, no, let me ask you, how did you come across your agent? Was it referral or?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate, and I hear that quite a bit. As I said, what we try to do is just really take all of the heavy lifting out of selling a property and use our nationwide network to get you in touch with, the leading agents within your area. So, Joe, let me ask you this, if there was a way to help you to sell this property for the highest possible price, in the shortest amount of time, with little to no hassle to you, that's a conversation worth having, right?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Agents are all like,
Listen, I completely understand what you're saying, and it sounds like it was a flush.
Let me pause you there. So he keeps, so you got, I thought you were doing really well, by the way.
Yeah.
Very, very good. But he's starting to say the same thing, if you catch what he's saying. And what I like to do, guys, is when I was doing it, I like to write down that knee jerk that they gave me, or write down any notes. I just encourage you guys, I don't see a lot of people taking notes on what they're saying. I think it's a huge mistake. Why?
I wanna have everything they're saying as I go.
Yeah.
Well, so that you can remember it and kind
Yeah,
of
go back
repeat
to
it back.
Yeah, repeat it back to him. So if he says, he said that how many times now?
God, four.
Four
Four or
times,
five.
right? And we're not addressing that, right? So it's different if it's the first time, you kind of want to acknowledge it, sidestep, move on. You brought it up again, then you brought it up again,
Well,
right?
she
So,
said, she did say, I hear that often,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we work with
Yep.
the top.
But she could have, then, she hadn't come back at all, could have said, when you asked me about how did I get the agent, then you said, oh, you didn't interview other agents as well?
That's right.
I
You
think
got
I was gonna-
stuck with an agent,
I was
but,
gonna go to
Yeah.
what you said earlier,
Yeah.
don't give up.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let me give you a couple questions
Yeah.
to ask. So, and if you think about it, when Ron talks about price, condition, the agent you choose, the marketing plan, all those things, all the questions that we have are actually around those things.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So our mindset is to try to find a problem that happens so we can clearly separate the issue with the agent potentially versus what we're trying to help them with. So for example, just like with 470 owners, it could have been a marketing issue, right? So hey Ron, look, I hear you, I hear you on that. Sounds like you had a bad experience with the agent. Let me ask you, what was the agent's marketing plan? What did they do to market your property?
I don't know, because I didn't see anything.
Now you're right there, you already got, okay. Well, to be on our platform, Ron, you actually have to have an extensive marketing plan that really touches base with the modern way of doing business, and a lot of agents don't even present a marketing plan, just like what happened to you. And I can promise you, when I introduce you to Cindy Bunch, that won't happen. She'll present a very detailed marketing plan, and I'll let her know that's very important to you. So what time can she come out? And sometimes you don't have to poke 42 holes. Sometimes it's just the seed, right?
Close the whole
The
up,
seed,
go.
planting the seed that maybe it wasn't the agent, maybe not all agents are the same.
Right.
Maybe I just had a bad experience, maybe I should take the appointment. Does that make sense?
It does.
So let's back up a little bit and just for this, just to keep it simple, focus on just the marketing for today. There's other things you can say too, but I don't want to overwhelm us, so.
That's good.
Yep, so good.
So, Ron, I heard you say that, you had a bad experience with an agent. How did you come across that agent?
It was a referral
It was a referral?
from my mother.
Oh, okay, a referral from your mother. Let me ask you, did your agent, present to you a strong marketing plan? No, not strong, okay.
What did your agent do, or what did your agent do to market the home? What was their marketing plan? Because if you say, did your agent present you a strong marketing plan? Yeah, it was a strong marketing plan.
Right,
Yeah.
right, gives an opportunity to just, yes, okay. Let me ask you, what did your agent do to market the property?
I don't know. Stuck a sign in the yard for all I know.
Okay, yeah, I get that, I hear that quite a bit, in this. One good thing about, Rezwan Allen is that, he would present to you a very strong marketing plan, with a proven, method on how he can get the job. In order to be a part of our nationwide network, we, actually go through a very extensive vetting process to make sure that we're only dealing with the top 1% of agents, within your area. What I'd like to do is have him to come out to the property. He
All right, let's
would.
back up. I just want you to try it again. Just keep doing it until you get internalized.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
So-
You're doing good,
You're doing
Precious.
Okay.
No, you are.
Take that deep breath.
Okay.
Doing
Yeah.
good.
I just want you to
Doing
get internalized, that's all.
I got you.
So,
No, I will.
all right.
All right,
So why don't you hear it one more time, okay, and just take some notes this time, all right? So, so go ahead and do me give me the objection.
M-
All agents are the same.
All agents are the same, my agent, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, Ron, you know, from the outside looking in, it's easy to think that, you know, all agents are the same. Let me ask you, out of curiosity, what did your agent do to market your property and what kind of plan did they present to you?
What do you mean plan present to me? What are you talking, put a sign in the yard, as far as I know, he was supposed to be, you know, advertising it all over the place.
Okay, and did they give you any stats or updates on what's happened along the way, or what happened there?
Hell no, we didn't talk to him.
Oh, really? So
No.
you literally stuck a sign in your
Yeah, goodbye, phantom.
Ghost?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Ron, I'm sorry to hear that. And here's the thing, all the professionals on our platform, you're gonna find a different experience. And actually, what's one of your agents? Rizwan. Rizwan has a very detailed marketing plan that he'll go over you in person. And quite frankly, as nice as your home is, that could be why the home didn't sell, is because of the marketing plan. And I think you owe it to yourself to at least get a second opinion. So what time could Rizwan come out and actually just give you a second opinion and show you how the home should be marketed this time around if you choose to sell?
Oh, I don't,
Later today work?
maybe, I'll have to think about it.
Okay, how about, and then we can,
Yeah, go from there.
Yeah, all right.
did you catch it?
I think I
Try
did,
to?
let's try.
The only thing I might have added to give you a little bit more power is that, did you interview other agents other than this?
Yeah, that's a good.
Did you get any other opinions before, because then it sets
That's a
up
second
your,
opinion.
it sets up your second opinion question.
That's good.
And you don't have to do it all at once, you can add it.
Yeah, it helps to neutralize that all agents are equal. How do you know? You didn't talk to all agents.
That's right,
You follow me without saying that?
all right.
Right.
So, I don't know, you have to start off first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, just pull it from the blue bracket.
All agents are alike, in my opinion.
Quite a bit, unfortunately. Let me ask you, did you interview any other agents, I mean, during that process, or?
No, I didn't. I probably should have.
Okay. Well, typically, it comes down to the marketing, okay? What did your agent do to market the property for
Let me
you?
stop you. So before you say that, you wanna make sure it's a pain first, because if you tell him it comes down to the marketing, remember, he's testing you, okay? So if you tell him it comes down to the marketing, and then you ask the question then he's gonna say, yeah, my marketing plan was great, because it comes down to the marketing. You get the psychology?
Yes.
So you don't wanna say that it comes down to the marketing until you find the pain first.
I should have asked him the question
Yes.
about the marketing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right, so it was exactly as Rob had mentioned to me, you had a bad experience with the previous agent.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I hear that quite a bit. Let me ask you, what did they do to market the property?
I guess, you think, to get it going, and put a sign in the yard, I saw that, I saw one ad in the paper. We did an open house, that's it.
Okay, yeah. So you did an open house, you felt like they just kind of put a sign, a ad in the paper or such?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, typically, it really comes down to the actual marketing plan and the way that I don't know, I can't go from right here, I have to kind of go through the role play,
Okay,
the whole
that's
thing,
okay.
unfortunately, because it just kind of jams me up, so.
Could you say something?
So what, go ahead.
Could she say something like, what was that set, he said, oh, they put a sign in the yard and an ad in the paper, and say something like, well, were you satisfied with that? You know what I mean, like, I don't know.
How did that work for you? Did you get a lot of activity?
How did that work?
Yes, I
How
hear
many
those
offers
things.
did you get
Yeah.
that fit your mold?
Yeah, start, get some pain going.
So how about this? I think, you guys are good to go. Why don't we get off to a good start today? We need to have a better day today than we did yesterday overall, right?
Absolutely.
What I'd like you guys to do is, if you would, Mark, just do like 10 more minutes of role play with Precious, and then come back and give it a shot again, and in the meantime, we'll watch a video.
Okay, that's good, that's good.
All right?
Great job.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is tough.
Well, the first day we're doing this, yeah. Shifted
It's a
from.
totally shifted, it's a totally different niche.
It is, different animal.
Yeah, it's a different animal.
Just gotta struggle through it. It's good.
We don't watch the video, I'm gonna move. Not that, I'll stay close.
Oh, Ron, you're leaving.
We become best friends.
Yeah, come on, man. Derek Lipsky.
So I think the important thing to hear is, how he, the first thing I want you to catch is how he handles his knee jerks and responses. So you should hear a sidestep, so he'll acknowledge it, but then he'll sidestep and ask a question. So anything they're saying to him in the beginning, he's kind of just deflecting bullets. And then, when he gets a hard objection, you'll hear him say, you'll hear him do a Columbo. He doesn't call it a Columbo, this is what we call it.
Yeah.
But, you'll hear him kind of like pull back, like he's about to get off the phone, and then he'll come back in. And then I think you'll hear him go through his objection cycle. And so, it's not maybe exactly how we train it, but I just kind of want you to
Yeah,
catch
it's
it from a
good.
different
It's
angle.
good.
So,
Can you send me that link too?
yeah, absolutely. You gotta watch videos.
Does he? Did Claire do that?
Hey, this is Derek McSkee. We're coming to you live from my office. We're making some cold calls Saturday morning. It's pretty early, so we're trying to get a hold of some of these sellers, and then we couldn't catch on the weekday, and see if we can pick some of them up and give them a buzz. You guys can hear that? Hello, is Jeff there? Oh, sure. Is this Mrs. Marsden?
Yes, it is.
Hey, this is Derek with Keller Williams Real Estate. I was just giving you both a quick call about your property. I saw it come off the market. Did you guys sell that, or is that still for sale?
No, we actually took it off.
Oh, you guys took it off?
Yes.
Okay, well, let me ask you, because I know the neighborhood you're in. I saw it was on for about 8 months. In the time that you guys were on the market, was there any offers on it at all?
No.
Okay, well, that probably helped make the decision a little bit easier. Can I ask you, in terms of having it on the market, were there any showings while it was on?
Yes.
Okay, so you did have at least some showings?
Yes.
Oh, good, okay. And when this one sells for you, where are you planning to move next?
Well, we're going down to the Cape because my husband works down there and he's just tired of it. So that's our plan.
Okay, so in order to get that plan moving forward, I guess you guys have to get the home back on the market at some point and get it sold.
Well, we don't have to. We don't have to sell it. It's just an idea that we have. We'd like to, but if it doesn't work out, then, it's just something we don't have to do.
Okay, so what would you do then if you didn't sell? Would you rent it, or just hold it, leave it vacant, or how would that work?
No, we'd probably stay here.
So you wouldn't go at all then? The dream to go on the Cape would be gone?
Right.
Oh boy, okay. Well, let me ask you, I mean, obviously, I know you had the market for the last 6 months. What was your time frame to kind of be down by the Cape? When did you guys want to be down there?
We didn't really have a time frame. We just wanted to get down there at some point. Like I said, we don't have to sell this house.
Right. No, I clearly hear you saying that. So if it takes a few months, you guys are kind of flexible there, is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay, I understand that. Well, let me ask you, do you guys have any kids in school here?
Yes.
Okay, so does that kind of play into it as well, in terms of you guys want to make sure that you wait for the school year to be done, then maybe you'll take a little bit more higher gear, or?
Yeah, well, that would be perfect if we didn't have to transfer them while they were in school. We could, do it during the summertime or something.
Yeah, I'm sure ideally that would be the best situation, plus you're down the Cape for the summer, which I'm sure everyone wants to be down there for that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I see how long you've had on the market, and I saw that you had it priced at $665. Can I ask you, how did you pick the agent that you listed with?
It was someone that my husband knew, or friend of a friend.
It's very similar to the question that.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
And she's kind of, not so much exactly how he's doing it, but the same patterns, right? So like, the other thing that happened there too is she's kind of being cold. She's like, yeah, we're not in any hurry,
But she's still talking to
But she's
him.
still talking to him, so.
I'm surprised actually that she's still.
Okay, so it was a friend of a friend. And what did that agent say as to why the home didn't sell?
Well, he didn't really say. I mean, we had showings and, we thought it was priced right.
Yeah, and to your point, 1 out of 5 will just hang up.
But he doesn't stop talking. He doesn't
stop talking.
hesitate. He doesn't, barely takes a breath.
Yeah, that's why
Because,
he's keeping them on the.
keeping her going.
But obviously.
It's all about her.
So
And what they're doing.
Right, I mean, you had no offers on it, so I guess it wasn't priced right.
basically, we just got tired of having it on the market. know, with the kids, it's hard to get them out of the house, have somebody come over and walk through it.
Oh, yeah, especially if you have kids and toys and everything, I imagine it's gonna be hard to pick it up, and me and my wife sold our home a while back, and we have a couple kids, a couple dogs, I know how tough it gets. Can I ask you, besides the price, was there anything else you think that was stopping you from selling?
What were you missing?
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now online, I can see you got the finished basement, I can see the in-ground pool, you guys got the track stacking out there, I mean, geez, I can't figure out why it didn't sell, can you?
No.
All right, well, let me ask you this, I mean, if it was still possible to get the home sold
What were
in
you
today's
missing?
market for top dollar, would you still wanna do that?
I don't
If
hear
it
what you said.
actually sold and there was a guarantee it was gonna sell, but
That was the-
Possible to get the home sold in today's, I can see you got the finished basement, I can see the in-ground pool, you guys got the track stacking out there, I mean, geez, I can't figure out why it didn't sell, can you?
no.
All right, well, let me ask you this, I mean, if it was still possible to get the home sold in today's market for top dollar, would you still wanna do that?
If it actually sold and there was a guarantee it was gonna sell, but, you know, we had it on there for so long and it didn't, so it might just not be the right time for us.
Well, that's true. It could definitely not be the right time for you. And speaking of time, are you aware of what?
One of the things too is he never disagrees with them.
No, ever.
He's planting seeds,
Mhm.
and then it kind of takes him down a path.
If he had a UVP right there,
Yeah.
he'd have had him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee
Now,
that.
for me, and he might just be doing this because he's trying to demonstrate, but like for me, I would have went for the appointment right
Yeah,
there,
right there.
right there. And but he's still going, which I just
Yeah.
Would you guys would?
Oh, yeah,
I
totally.
would have went to the point right there. 'Cause I
Yeah.
found it.
Yeah.
It's just a discovery meeting, and then if she says no, I could still keep going through my cycle.
Right, you go another.
Yeah, go another round.
Is predicted to do this year?
No.
Well, quite candidly, what they're saying is it's going to drop another 7 to 10%. So for you guys at 665, that means another $50,000 to $65,000 of equity lost. And I guess the question I'd ask you is, if you knew you could make more money selling now rather than wait until a few more months or another year or so, would you sell the home now for the most money you could make?
Obviously we would.
Right, obviously you would. So what I would do is come down and take a look at your home before you guys decide to keep it off the market for the next month or for a few years, and maybe give you guys a different approach.
I don't wanna get involved in this again, we made a decision to keep it off, so that's where I wanna stay.
You guys made a decision to keep it off, so that's where you want to stay.
Yeah,
Well, let me ask you, is it just because of, are you guys under the assumption that because the last agent couldn't get the job done of getting your home sold, that it can't be sold? Is that what you're saying?
no, I mean, we had a good agent, I do believe that agent did everything he could to just sell it, it just wasn't the right time.
Well, let me ask you this, how do you define a good agent? Is it just that you like them? Because, I mean, if you get rid of...
No, I don't think they would try to, you know, screw us behind our back or something, you know, I don't think he would lie to us, I think he told us the truth.
Well, of course, no, he wants to get paid a commission just like anybody else. He's gonna do it, it's probably how we feed his family, like I feed mine. But when you say good agent, it makes me think of someone who sells a lot of homes, or someone that gets the job done, but that wasn't done here. So is it just, that when you define good, just some guy you like, and just he's nice to talk to, and you feel he's legitimately working to try to get your home sold?
Well, no, he has a pretty good track record from what I've heard, you know, my husband did a lot of research looking at, you know, his information and, you know, the houses that he sold. I don't believe it was the agent, I just think that, you know.
And this will happen.
Offers because of that market.
Have some people.
Well, the market is one of the toughest markets we've been in a long time, and I would say this, I'm sure your last agent wanted to get the home sold for you. I'm sure he tried his hardest. At the end of the day, it just didn't work, and in your market where you are right now, the 6 months you've been on the market, you've had 37 homes sell since you've been on the market, and all those other agents got their homes sold for the sellers, including me. I'm just wondering, are you guys open to a second approach or another opinion?
So like, that was a great statistic. So
Yeah.
he must have done some research on that price.
Or he knows the area, he's farming it.
Okay,
Yeah, he's farming that area.
Or he made it up.
Yeah. I hope not, I hope not.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't put it
Yeah.
past him.
Yeah, yeah, I hear ya, but I would.
Maybe
hope not.
he had it.
I don't
Maybe he had the
know.
stats. Maybe he had the stats.
What's, and the second question, the UVP. So what's our UVP with regards to,
If I don't sell your home in 39 days, you can fire me.
One of the things she said, if it was guaranteed to sell,
yeah,
I would consider it.
Yeah.
Oh, great, well, one of the things I'd like to go over with you is our performance guarantee, which basically says that if we can't sell your home in X amount of time, then we won't even charge a commission. Obviously, I'd like to go over the details in person to see if it's even a good fit, go over our marketing plan. So
That's
what
good.
time would work where you could come out?
So our performance, because I haven't been playing that card
Yeah.
yet. So performance guarantee, if we have several unique value propositions geared toward helping people like you who have tried to sell in the past that couldn't get sold. And one of those specifically is that we have a performance guarantee. If I cannot get your house sold within X amount of time, we'll just, what you said, let you out of the contract, and we say.
Or you will, I'll continue to try to sell it for you at no commission.
Okay. Yeah, so,
Or you could cancel the contract.
So Ron, let me ask you, if there was a way where, if it made sense for us to work together, for us to help you get your home sold, but if in the event we didn't perform, you had no strings attached, that'd be worth having a conversation, right?
How am I gonna say no?
Right. Okay,
That's good,
all right, I like that.
that's good.
Okay.
And then if he does say, blah, 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 you just go through your cycle again, you think about the next UVP that could apply. And maybe, so the UVPs align with the 6 conditions pretty much. So like the next one is marketing, okay, so what do they do to market your home? Well, listen, okay, well, we actually have a 55-point marketing business plan that is actually.
Sorry, the number, it always throws
Yeah.
me out. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I'm so detailed.
You're not even gonna go over 55.
I know, I'm sorry. I know.
But they like hearing.
They like hearing it, you got
If they don't hear a
54
number,
points.
here's the thing, if they don't hear a number, you're like.
Everybody else.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So whatever the number is, the number is.
Yeah.
And
If
remember-
it's 23, if it's 72, if it's.
Remember, if they're
We have one
interviewing
guy on the
agents,
platform who has 179 point.
if you're interviewing agents and you had made that, and they're interviewing an agent before, they're gonna say, how many things are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Cause you said 55, and he said, well, I'm gonna do, okay, that's 11, you're doing 11 things? I gotta talk to this Jamie guy.
Okay.
You'd be
Sorry,
surprised.
That's all done.
Oh, it's all good.
I get it, okay.
Because just because one agent didn't get the job done, maybe he didn't have the tools, the resources, the know-how to get it done. If there is something that I'm doing differently to cause your home to sell versus the last agent you had, would you want to know about that before you put the home back on the market?
Yeah, maybe at a later date, but not now. I don't want to get involved with dealing with it.
I hate to critique him because obviously he's good, but like, I don't like just leaving everything open-ended. And like, that's why I think his cycle's going longer, is because all you have to do is say that, it would make sense to at least entertain that conversation, right?
He hasn't said free non-committal,
Yeah.
it's a discovery
Exactly.
meeting, I can answer all your questions, and if you don't like it, throw me out.
Yeah, he could have been done with this call.
A long time ago.
Probably 3 minutes
Yeah.
into it.
He's just reinforcing everything
Does
that's
it
being
really
done
go,
here.
does it really go 14 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we'll, just for sake of time, if it's okay, we'll finish, I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep kind of watching some of his stuff.
Sure.
In our,
It's good reinforcement.
yeah.
Is he, I mean, do you have any idea about his production, like?
Yeah, he's a top producing agent. He's really good. His niche is physicals and expires.
Really?
Yeah, he's actually been on our mastermind class. We got a video of him where we were going back and forth, exchanging ideas. So
Cool.
back when Frank was here, myself, Frank, and him did a master's to say
Yeah.
with whatever's thrown to him. And if you look at his background, he's got all his scripts.
Yeah, oh yeah, he keeps looking up.
Yeah, he's got all his scripts up there for any situation that you can go to. So,
It's good.
but,
Okay,
Mark,
very helpful.
Precious, you ready?
Where you going? We gotta transfer to you, don't we? Are we gonna do it with them or no?
You have time for transfer?
Oh, sure.
You give up?
Yeah, I thought we were.
Look, I told you, you can't worry about your deals. You gotta keep going with business. He's got a lot of shit to offer, man. You sure you're okay? You just look tired to me today.
I'm a little tired. Yeah. I'm just, I'm not getting as much sleep.
Isn't it something when it does to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Are you ready to start drinking?
No.
It'll help,
No.
I promise.
No.
Your wife must be proud of you.
Yeah, she's excited.
Yeah. Because it just shows how great this business can be. It is a lot of work,
Yeah.
but it's time. You put in the time, it's not, mentally it's strength. Physically, you gotta stay in shape, you gotta still, do things wise, go to the gym every morning,
Yeah.
get rid of the anxiety,
We just, the Saturday before my mom passed away, we moved
Oh, you did?
So
Oh,
we moved to Fairport.
oh, good for
So we're
you.
still trying to get out of all our boxes.
So you're moving too?
We moved.
Oh my God,
My mom
Jamie, and
passed
then all
away.
this happened?
Yeah.
Cool.